everybody. Here we are playing World of Tanks Rush. And this is a deck builder game, as you can see. Now, what we have here is the line of cards that are available for purchase. And if we take a look at the card, for instance, we could take a look at, let's see, this T1 Heavy Tank. At the bottom left, it's got a 4 cost, so that's how much supplies we have to generate to be able to purchase this card. To the right is like a gas can with a 3 in it. Well, that is the amount that it would produce. So, I know these are kind of funny. I don't care for the layout very much because you would think a gas can, oh, okay, whatever. Why have money in a gas can? I don't know. But the point is that that's how much money it would be worth trying to buy other tanks with. Now, at the very top, we have the name of the card. Then to the left, we have the affiliation. It is the American tank. Now, we have American, we have French, we have German, and we have Russian tanks. Those are your 4 nations. If we look to the right of that, we've got some symbols, and it's got 3 red stripes. This would denote that it is a heavy tank. In fact, it even says heavy tank on it, doesn't it? And there are several different types of weapon or tanks and stuff you could pick up here. Light, medium, heavy being the most denoted. Plus there's SPGs, which are special type of ones. Then above that, it's got a 2-2. The first 2 denotes its strength. That's its attack power. The second 2 denotes its defense or its armor. So basically when it's being attacked, if you don't attack it with something of 2 or greater, which there is no greater than 2, you will not destroy it, you'll just wound it. So, alright, that's enough of that. So here's what we do. We each have our starting cards here, which are 6 cards. Now, unlike a lot of deck builders, this one's a little different in the fact that you only draw 3 cards per turn, and kind of strange. These are our bases laid out in front of us. Now, we're going to be able to put tanks on these to defend them, plus we're going to try to destroy each other's tanks. The game will end when one player loses all their bases, or 9 of the 12 of these medals are taken out of one of these stacks. The single medals. And what I mean by that is that there are single medals, as you can notice up here. See how it's got the 1 medal? And then on the bottom there are 3 double medals. Now the way you're going to earn medals is by destroying your opponent's tanks. And if you destroy 2 of their tanks in 1 turn, you will get a 2 medal card if you want, instead of a single medal card. It's totally your choice. Now, as we destroy each other's bases, we're going to gain these cards, and we're going to put them in our deck. And if you notice, they're worth 3 medals apiece. Now, these will clog up your deck, so you may not want to get them too early. Now, the other thing we're going for are these achievements here. Now, the first achievement we've got here is the Russian Medal achievement, which means that as you're using Russian tanks to destroy your opponent's tanks, each time you do that, you're going to get a Russian medal, which is located here. At the end of the game, whichever one of Carmen or I that has the most of these Russian medals is going to win this achievement here. Then we've also got another achievement, which is whoever has the most double medals. So, kind of 2 birds with 1 stone is if I destroyed 2 of her tanks with 2 Russian tanks, I could then get a double medal Russian achievement here, which would then allow me to possibly win both of these at the end of the game. We'll see though. Then last but not least, this one here is whoever has the most cards. Now that sounds strange because you're playing a deck builder. You don't necessarily want a lot of cards in your deck. Well, that's just the way it is. Now, if we look down here, Carmen has the first player marker here, and these are our kind of like little cheat sheets here. They've got all the little symbols that are located on the bottoms of some of these cards here, and that'll tell us what they do. And we'll tell you what they do as they come up. For instance, this one here can damage a tank or a base. This little symbol here will force your opponent to discard a card, okay? So, Carmen's got the start player, so she goes first. So what she'll do is draw 3 cards, and then she will put them face up in front of her and start playing.
For the live play, we're going to remove 1 base so that the game is shorter.
Floop. So, whoever destroys our opponent's 2 bases doesn't necessarily win the game, but it will end the game. So we're going to do this just to try to expedite the game.
Alright, well, here's my cards, and it looks like I can use that to get 1.
Alright, so she's got this little thing. It looks like a magnifying
glass, yeah.
Magnifying glass, and that's a research ability, and then it's got the number 1 next to it. So what that means is that she can send that card to the garbage or the trash heap. That's this over here area, okay? And then she could take a 1 valued card, like this French tank here. She could put that then in her stack of cards.
Well, the problem is that that's not going to do me any good because I only have 1 money.
And then she has 1 money as well.
Use my 1 money to buy this French tank.
Now that'll slide down. This would flip over. and unfortunately, then you wouldn't be able to get anything else. So, now, whenever she's done with her turn, this card is going to go away. These will slide down, and a new card will come out. So you're always going to have a rotation of cards, and it's kind of necessary because, unfortunately, you're going to run into moments like what I think just happened to me, where I can't do anything because I don't have enough.
Everything's expensive.
Yeah, everything's expensive, unfortunately. So I can't do anything, and that's probably one of the biggest negatives I have about this game, is there are times when this game will just simply stall and you can't purchase. And, for instance, a 4 money, 3 money, which she now has 3 money.
I do have 3 money, so I will be able to get
lucky.
something.
Which, well, you could get this right there, the American tank, and it's a good one, too.
That's a good tank because it has this symbol at the bottom with the wrench, which means that you get to choose one or two cards from your depot, which means your discard pile, and place them in the graveyard, which means they're out of the game.
Yep. So yeah, you can get rid of them. So that'll slide down.
They call that repair for some reason.
Yeah, we can't quite figure out some of these things. Now this will go away. These will slide down. A new tank will come out, and I will play mine again. So here's what I've got. All right, I've got some abilities here. So first off, I'm going to play this card here. Now, it's got a little flag down at the bottom, and the flag says that you can buy any number of vehicles this turn. Because, something I failed to tell you, is you can only purchase 1 card out of the row here each round, unless you have that research ability. Then you can use the research because that's an ability, plus you could purchase. So, I am going to use this card then, its ability. Now, it's going to go into my discard pile. And the first one I'm going to purchase is this one here, this German P2C tank, and I will put that in my discard. And it had down at the bottom of it like some bullets in the number 1. That means you can use its ability to draw 1 card. That's what the bullets mean. Next, I'll flip over another card, and I still have 1 money left, so I'll get this other German tank here as well. And it's got the magnifying glass, if you notice down at the bottom, and a 2, which means I can discard it or destroy it, send it to the graveyard, and get a 2 value cards. So now that I'm done, this card will go away, these will slide down, and a new card will come out for Caramel Corn.
Okay, well, it looks like I can get that free, whatever that is. It's not really a tank, is it?
No, that's an artillery. That's just an artillery, and it's got 1 attack and 0 defense.
Yeah.
So that'll make... We'll talk about the 0 defense here in a second, how that works.
So I'll use that. I have to actually use a card in order to get it, even though it says it's 0.
Yeah, so. That's another weird little concept.
And
that
now
doesn't make sense.
I still have my search ability, but I can't get anything with it.
Nope,
so
you can't, unfortunately. Okay, so you're all done?
Another wasted
So that goes away.
hand there.
So that goes there. Well, you got a card, though.
I did get a card.
Okay, well, I have got, once again, the exact same hand I just had, so I'm going to discard that because it's not doing me good. I do have 2 money, so I'll get this M41 American tank. Slide that down, flip a new one, slide that off, slide those down, flip a new one. Okay? Now, the good part about this is that keeps tanks coming out, and it's going to keep things fresh, and to where you shouldn't have too many turns where you're not doing anything.
Okay, well, I have 4 money, and I think I'm going to use it because there's a heavy tank there.
Oh, a heavy tank,
yeah.
And that is the American M6?
Uh-huh.
Oh my god, that's bad. And the reason that that's bad is because I'm going to explain here in just a second, because I'm going to be able to attack Carmen, and we'll be able to show you how an attack works. Okay, so here's how attacking works, alright? Now, you can attack your opponent, and you can destroy their tanks, or their bases, but the thing about it is that you can only attack with 1 nation. So what that means is that if I've only got like 1 German tank, sure, I could come over here, but it takes 2 hits to destroy a base. So all I would do is turn it to the side. And especially in a 2-player game, that is completely a waste, because as soon as you play your cards out in front of you at the beginning of your turn, you reset and repair each damaged tank or base in front of you. However, I happen to have 2 tanks in front of me. So what I can do, because they are both German tanks, the PZKAPFW2C and the J, I can take both of them, attack that base twice, because they both have 1 power, and that damages it and destroys it. Now, I want to make sure I reiterate that. It doesn't matter the power of the tank, unless it's a heavy tank. Now, these are both light tanks, all right? If this would have been a heavy tank, 1 heavy tank can destroy a base in 1 hit. So, it takes 2 tanks of anything else. So, bam, I've destroyed that. This one will go into my discard just like that. I have 1 money to be able to purchase something, and I can't afford anything, so I'll just discard that. So that goes away. These will slide down. A new card will come out. Carmen?
Well, look at that.
And your heavy tank was drawn. Oh boy, I'm going to have to get some defense up fast. Alright, so her M6 tank was drawn, which means now she can immediately attack one of my bases, which will destroy that. And then she'll get that. And
then I'm going to use...
This is shocking me that there's no Russian tanks out here hardly at all for us to be able to try to get these achievements. I don't think I have ever experienced that.
I think I'm going to go ahead and use this for defense.
Okay, so the way that works is that if she had an ability on the bottom of that tank, she could use its ability, and then it immediately would go up to fortify her base. Now, for me to be able to attack that base, I have to destroy that tank first. And on top of that, just something else, is that, well, I lost my train of thought there for a second. Never mind. I know I had something else. Oh, that should have went away. That's what I was thinking about. Flip that over. All right, so first off, I have 1 money, I have a flag, and then I have a research ability. I'm going to grab this Russian tank here. I'm going to use this research ability card, send it to the garbage, and I'm going to grab this Russian MT-57. And it's not a tank, it's an SPG, and it does have 2 attack, but it can only attack tanks. That's the little symbol down at the bottom. Don't ask me why it's got an X over the tank. You would think that means it can't attack tanks, but no, that means it can only attack tanks. Alright, so we'll flip over a new card for me, and, oh, that's just a 1... that's not going to do me much good, but you know what, I'm going to grab it anyways, because I do have this card here with the flag, which allows me to purchase more than 1. I'll send that there, and I will grab that card. So, alright, Carmen. Oh, man.
This goes away?
Yep, slide them down, and a new one comes out.
Okay, well, I have 2 money.
Money, money, money!
And I'm trying to remember...
What? What tanks you got in your deck?
Yeah, it doesn't matter, because only French is available.
Yeah,
so.
This one would allow you to upgrade to a number 3 tank, though, so that's kind of cool. That one doesn't have any abilities. Okay, so that'll go away. These will slide down, and these want to come out. Alright, so I am extremely scared of her heavy tanks, so I'm going to have to probably do something, and as much as I hate it, I think I'm going to have to slide this one up here for defense, and it does have an ability that would have allowed me to grab a 2-cost tank for free, which I could have grabbed this one, but that would have trashed this one, so I don't like that idea.
You don't,
so instead, I will just purchase this tank with my 2 monies here, and put it in my...
Yeah, that's interesting, because most abilities you can use and then put them on your
Yeah,
face.
that's the one you can't, though.
Yeah.
Alright, sweet, it's your turn.
Okay, let's see what I got here. Well, see, now this is the problem when you have too many different kinds of tanks.
Yeah, too many nations.
I cannot attack with both of these.
Nope, because one's an American and one's a Russian. However, Russian medals will get you this. So, obviously, she could use this one tank that has a 1 attack value to attack this tank that has a 1 armor value, and she could destroy it, which would then get her a Russian medal. But I'm not going to give her any advice. I'm not saying that's a good idea or anything.
I'm looking at my money value to see what I want to do with this card.
Well,
first.
you got 2 money with that one, not 3. Yeah, you always got to look at the gas can, not the actual coins. It's a little confusing, I think, with the way they designed it.
So I think I'm going to go ahead and use its ability and put it up here on my base, which means this one gets discarded. And its ability was her repair, which says that you can basically cull her deck with 1 or 2 cards, her discard pile. So she can get rid of 1 or 2 cards and thin her deck down. What she's going to try to do is, this is going to make it really powerful for her because she's got that heavy tank. These cards are annoying. I never use them, so they're going bye-bye.
The fact she's got the heavy tank, it's going to make it really hard.
And then I will attack
that'll destroy that.
And get
that gets you 1 Russian medal. Then you take that back, and that has now exposed my my base again.
The card seems thicker than the others.
And then, did you have any money to buy?
No.
Okay, so that'll go away. Slides down. A new card will come out. All right. So I have this PCK PFRC tank here from the Germans, and it did have the bullet down in the bottom with a 1. That means I get to draw 1 card. And I drew an American one now. Well, I might as well just keep this ball rolling, and I will put that one up there now and draw another 1 card. So whenever that happens, you're going to replace the one that was currently occupying the base, and it'll go in the discard, and then the new one will take its place. So anyways, let's see what I draw now, and Okay, I do have my 2. Okay, so this is my Russian TM57, and it's got a 2 power. It can only attack tanks. I am going to destroy that, get myself a Russian medal. And now I've got a total of 1 money, which doesn't do me a lick of good. So that goes away. These will slide down, and Carmen, it is back to you, girl. That is my first Russian medal, but I think you've only got 1 too, right?
We've got all starter cards. Yes, I only have 1.
Yeah,
so
but
I have
you got
3 money.
3.
That's all I can
That'll
get.
give you your 4th nation. I think you're missing the Germans. Well, you don't have to buy if you don't want to. I mean, truthfully, with the fact you got that heavy tank.
That lets me draw a card, so it's good for defense.
Okay, so we'll slide these down. That'll go away. Slide these down. Flippity flip, flippity flip. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. Well, what did I just do here? I drew from the bottom. Let me shuffle these again. Okay, then. Wow, what did I... There. Okay, all right. I swear I got it this time, guys. Okay, so no defense, but unfortunately I didn't draw 2 nations of the same. I got Russian and German, so that doesn't help. What should I do? Okay, so I will play the... Yeah, I'll play his ability, which will... Well, that'll allow me to coal. I don't want to do that. Okay, hang on for a second. Let me think here. So I've got 2 money, but unfortunately... Well, I could get 3 money, couldn't I? But I don't want any of those, really. This one's not bad. Actually, yeah, I'm going to use this one to purchase that. I'll put those in my discard. I'm now going to use this tank's ability, slide it up to there, coal, and I'm going to coal that card, and then I'm just not going to do anything with this one and just discard it. So, Carmen, back to you.
Uh-oh, it's a heavy tank.
Yeah, but this time I got a tank on there to defend, thank goodness. But you can still destroy it, and that does give you an American medal, so... Or you got 3, 4, 5 money.
5 money?
Which gets you another pretty good tank there, but it's German, unfortunately.
Well, I actually have 2 German tanks, so that's not...
Oh, you do? I didn't think you had any German.
The Siege Master ability's pretty good.
It's pretty good. Yeah, that'll...
I'll grab it. Why not?
So that'll slide down, a new one will come out. So you just bought... All right.
Oh, I should have put that up there on my base. That's bad.
Are you finished then?
I'm finished.
Okay. Well, you're lucky. Nothing happened.
My base doesn't have any...
this one does have the bullets with the 1, so I'll slide it up there, discard this one to draw a new card. Did we rotate? We didn't. I don't think we rotated. Sorry. There we go. Let's do that again. Sorry about that. All right. Now, this German tank has the research ability with a 2, so I could get this one here if I wanted, which is a 1-2. That's not too bad. I think I'll do that. So I'm going to send that one to the garbage to get this one here and place it in my deck. Flip a new one. Now I've still got 2 money, which I'm going to use 1 of it to get that one. So, man, I got heavy Germans in my tank, deck, don't I? Let's hopefully this will pay off for me. We'll see. Man, what did I do here? I must have shuffled my discard and my active deck together or something, because I've like really created some sort of weird thing where I don't know what I was doing. That's the one thing about doing live plays, because you're talking and you're a bit distracted. You don't pay attention sometimes to what you're doing, and you make mistakes like that.
Well, I've got this...
research, and it's a 3?
Yes.
Ooh, look at that.
Oh, wait. I can't put it up there.
No, it'll be destroyed.
It would have to be destroyed.
Yeah, but you got some good tanks here that you'd be able to replace it with.
Yeah, I don't think I want to leave myself
vulnerable like this.
Again.
Well, you can only slide a tank up just for defense. You don't have to. You could slide this tank up for defense and then use that one to get a new tank. You know what I'm saying? And then this one here allows you to draw 3 cards, Carmen. That's a great tank.
Drawing 3 cards is nice, but attacking you is nice too.
Well, the way you attack me is getting more cards in your hand, and that allows you to draw 3, sweetie. But
I could attack you right now. You don't understand. Okay, where's the
right
graveyard?
Here. That's the graveyard. You'd get that one. Slides down, and then you can now still create a defense for yourself. Okay, now this goes away. I know what you were saying. You'd be able to get 1 medal, a French medal.
Yeah.
So I'm going to plop these down. This tank here only has a 1 defense, so it can't attack, but it can take a Russian tank. Okay, so this one has like the gas can, and it's got a 4, but it's red, and it's got the like Russian symbol. What that means is I could use it to purchase a tank, but only Russian tanks. So the way this works is that this tank here that costs 3, I can purchase that now and put it into my discard. But I do have 2 extra money. Unfortunately, I can't do anything else with though. So
that
slide those down. Put that there. All right, Carmen, back to you.
Okay.
Well, these last bases, a dogfight. Well, you can destroy it. So, okay, so shield destroyed. She's got 1 attack against my 1 armor, which destroys that, and she gets another Russian medal, which that means you're 1 ahead of me on them Russian medals. I ain't happy about that.
Now I have 2 gas cans, which means I could get either this one or the French one.
Yeah, I think you got quite a few French tanks, don't you?
And this one allows you to draw cards.
Sure does. So let's go away. I think I'm in trouble here, guys, because unfortunately I did not draw a tank for defense, and I think this is going to be the end of the game now. And all I got is 1 money, which that just my whole turn was for naught. So, wow. Is that it?
We'll see. No.
Nope. I'm going to survive.
I would have had to have had 2 tanks or a heavy tank, and I don't.
I'd have had.
You're so funny.
Well, I dodged a bullet there. That was a little scary.
Okay, well, I have 4 money if I don't use this one's ability. So let's see what I could get. Got this slid under there.
How much money? 4?
4, which means I could get another heavy tank.
Oh yeah!
It's pretty sweet.
Yeah, I would definitely get another heavy tank. Those things are great.
It's American. I do have American. I have all tanks. Got all of them. Look.
I got all the tanks. Look at all these tanks I got.
We're gonna have to put a link to that video.
No. Okay. So I've got an interesting set. I've got 3 tanks. Unfortunately, 2 are German, 1's American. I can only destroy her. I mean, I can't destroy the base. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to use the American tank to attack that French tank to destroy it.
Okay.
That'll get me an American medal. Now, I'm going to use the ability of this German tank here. It's the Schermuttinger 2. Place it there, and that'll allow me to cull 2 cards out of my discard. I'm going to cull those 2. Throw those up there. And now I will use this last tank, which unfortunately doesn't have enough, and it'll just go in my discard. So, alright, this will go away. Slide those down. New one pops out. Carmen, back to you, girl.
Okay, I've got this card that allows me to draw 3.
Oh boy, this is it. This is it. And, oh boy, this is, okay.
Well, I'm not going to be able to destroy your base.
No, you can't get the base. Thank goodness. Thank goodness, because that was close.
I could go ahead and put that up there and draw 1 more.
Yeah, I would.
Oh, wait. Yes, I can. I can get you. This.
Well, that just damages.
Choose an enemy base or armored vehicle and damage it. Okay.
That means it would just be turned to the side like that,
no,
okay?
No. Just wait.
Okay, well,
I'm thinking here.
Now, one thing to keep in mind is that whenever you attack with a tank, and if it's only got like 1 attack, for instance, her tank here has 2 defense, 2 armor, and if I attacked with just a single, alright, so...
So, that tank destroys that tank, and I get a German medal.
Okay. Alright, so you attacked with Germans.
Now...
You can't use your American tank. So anyways, what I was getting at was that if I attack this tank here with just a 1 attack, because she's got 2 defense, all it would do is damage it, and it would be turned to the side. And then, like I said before, at the beginning of her turn, it would turn back to normal.
That's why I should have...
Drawn a card. Yeah, that's what I was trying to tell you.
That's what you were trying to tell.
This whole time I've been trying to tell you this.
Right.
You just don't listen.
Okay, so I have 6 money now.
Holy moly. Well, thank goodness there's nothing out here that great. But that American tank allows you to draw 2 more cards, which is good. Oh, man. You're going to crush me.
That's another German one, which it seems like I could use that.
Oh.
There's another Soviet one.
Yep.
That has the siege ability.
There you go. And you're all finished up?
I suppose.
So your heavy tank was for wasted. Okay, so I'm going to move this tank up to here, and I've got 2 money. And 2 money, I'll grab this tank here. So, slide those down. New one. And then this goes away. Slide those down again, and a new one. Okay, Carmen, a lot of Russian tanks finally coming out.
Now I've got 3 different types.
I love this. I love this.
I'll use the French tank to
draw a card. Yes! And you still don't have 2 of the same. Love it. Oh, but you do have 2 abilities.
I do have 2 abilities.
Well, that kind of stinks. Oh, wait a minute. You got... No, you don't have me. Yes, you do. You got me. You got me. That's it. Because choose an enemy base or armored vehicle and damage it. Or destroy it if it already has been damaged. You got 2 of them symbols, the fiery symbols.
Yeah, so I damage
that'll damage the tank.
I destroy
That'll destroy the tank.
And then I destroy
and then you destroy my base with that, and you get yourself a Russian medal for that tank destroying mine. So, God, nice job, Carmen. That was awesome. Okay, so here's what we do. We need to go through our decks and pull out all our victory cards, which I think Carmen's going to be going through hers a little bit longer than I am. So these can go back here. Don't need those. And I actually had a good hand my next hand too. That's what stinks. Okay. So now what we do here is that we award...
I put my own base in there. That's
yeah.
Like,
we award the medals on whoever, first off, whoever got the most Russian medals. I only have 1. Carmen has 3, so she gets that. Double medals. Whoever has the most of those. Neither one of us have any double medals.
Okay.
So this actually goes away. Then the most cards. Crap, I threw mine up here. Sorry. Okay, so count how many cards you got, and I'll count how many I got. I think you got me on that as well.
20.
There you go. That's yours too. So this was an absolute slaughter. She's got 5, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 to my 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Wow.
Good game, hon. Hey, we hope you guys enjoyed this. It's a pretty good demonstration on how this game plays out. Obviously, if we would have had maybe another base, I could have made this a little bit more of a competition. But
well, it shows how powerful heavy tanks are.
Yeah, it really did. But not just that, it was your abilities. Your abilities really played out well for you to be able to damage, destroy, and then use the heavy tank.
Right.
So it wasn't just the heavy tank. So anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Griffin Gaming, from new releases to pre-orders. Griffin Gaming. Enter in promo code GreyElephant for 5% off your order.